What's up, guys? Let's see if it's live, man. I'm gonna mute myself. I'm gonna mute myself real quick. I'm gonna share this a few places just to make sure we're good. We should be good, man. What's up, Brandon? Can you hear me pretty good, bro? Audio sounds good. Video looks good. Thanks, mama. Wife is the biggest fan, right? Every time this song comes out, I think I'm gonna rap. Here we go. You guys are watching on Facebook and YouTube, man. Share it, and you will be entered to win a free pack of lures. These bad boys right here, man. Get a free pack of lures if you just want to share it for me. Alrighty, man. We got 9 people watching, so we're gonna go ahead and get started here in a few seconds. I'm just gonna check something else here, make sure that everything is legit. Facebook and YouTube at the same time. I finally bit the bullet, man. And I got a StreamYard. It's pretty cool. You can share it to 2 or 3 platforms. And instead of having to go YouTube or Facebook Live separately, you can go live once and you can get it on both platforms. It's pretty cool because I have a lot of people on Facebook and YouTube, and some people don't like to switch over. Now I can just do it once, man. And I have my little tag on the bottom left, Stoic. So it's pretty cool. All right, man. So let's get into it, guys. The topic of the day. The topic of the day. The topic of the day, man. We're going to be talking about top 5 weight fishing tips, top 5 weight fishing tools that you need. And I'm going to give some tips and tricks along the way. And if you guys have anything that you guys want to talk about or anything that you would recommend that I would get or for other people to get, remember, this is a learning environment for those that are just starting off. I want to make this a place where people can come and they don't, get made fun of if they ask a question, or get made fun of if they give their own strategy or their own tips and tricks, whatever they like to do. That's the whole point of this YouTube live, or this whole YouTube and Facebook channel as well, just to help out the younger generation that is out there, because that's what it's all about, man. I think we got to pass it on. We got to pass on this information to people. And like I said in one of my last videos, when I started off, I asked some questions, and some people on YouTube didn't really want to give their secrets or didn't really want to share their advice with me. So that's why I'm here, man. I'm trying to help people out. But yeah, let's get over to the tips right here. But first, we got to start off with the dad joke of the day. Yesterday's or on Tuesdays, I did a live stream and I did the dad joke of the day. And this dad joke of the day is going to be pretty funny because I'm just thinking about it right now. I didn't even have anything written down. But so, what did one wall say to the other wall? This wall right here that's in front of me. What did this wall say to that wall? Okay, I'll give it up. This wall said to this wall, "I'll meet you at the corner." Get it? Corner of the wall. All right, man. Dad joke of the day. What's up, Mac? 4. What's up, big dog? We got 12 people watching. We got 1 heart, which is good. 1 like, no dislikes. But we're gonna go ahead and get into it. These tips are for 2025 because obviously that's what we're here. But it's gonna be pretty imperative that it's gonna be, you know, for the future as well. If you're gonna be watching this video later on in the future Joaquin, 2026, it's still gonna be for you guys. The top 5 weight fishing tools that you must have. The first tool that I'm gonna recommend, man, the first thing that you guys need to go out and get, you gotta go out there and get your fishing and hunting license, of course. I know it sounds redundant, I keep saying it, but there's people out there, unfortunately, that fish and hunt without a fishing license, and then the game wardens stop them, and then they get upset, they get a ticket or something worse happens. Just go out and get your fishing and hunting license, man. And who knows? Maybe in August, when it's that time to re-up your fishing and hunting license, Stoic Outdoors is going to be providing a fishing and hunting license to someone that can't afford it. I'll be giving a Cash App or a PayPal or a Venmo to someone. That way they can get squared away on their fishing and hunting license. And it's all because of you guys, man. All you guys liking and sharing these videos and commenting and all that good stuff. I'm trying to give back as well. I'm giving a pack of lures as well tonight. So in the future, I will be giving a free hunting and fishing license. I will be paying for it for anyone that's out there that is going to renew their hunting and fishing license. So make sure you get that so you'll be good to go. So you won't have to worry about it when you're wade fishing and a game warden shows up, man. Also, you try to know what you're targeting if you're going to be wade fishing, because there's a lot of people that go out there and they have no idea what they're doing and they're wade fishing. They're walking around. I'm like, bro, what are you looking for? What are you trying to catch? And they're like, hey, I'm trying to catch whatever I can, or they just say I'm trying to catch a shark. Or bro, you got to know what you're targeting. If you're targeting inshore redfish, speckled trout, and flounder, that's going to dictate the type of rod, the type of lure that I am using, the type of setup that I am using, and the way I am working my lure and the way I'm doing everything else as well. So know the fish that you're targeting, have your fishing and hunting license as well. And that's number one and 1A, the little tips for you guys. The next tip, man, this is the most important one as well. I try to tell people make sure you get this other than your fishing and hunting license. If you're going to be walking wade fishing, you need to go out and get a good pair of wade fishing boots. I like using the Bart's Bay Armor boots. They're 179 to $200. I actually won mine in a raffle years ago. I had the Gen 1s. I'm actually looking to upgrade to the Gen 2s because I've had them for literally 3.5 to 4 years. I have had no issues on those bad boys, and they give me a lot of confidence. Whenever I am walking, I'm shuffling my feet. Whenever I am walking, I'm making sure I keep my eyes on a swivel. I keep looking around. That way I'm not just lollygagging, as my coach used to say back in high school. I'm walking around with confidence, knowing that those Bart's Bay boots or any pair of wade fishing boots, Sims boots, whatever you want to use, just remember there's a lot of stingrays down here in South Texas, man. And unfortunately, those things have a tendency of sticking you, and that barb gets inside your foot, man, and then it just causes a crazy, crazy, crazy chain of events. You have to go to the hospital. Sometimes they have to pull it out of your bone, and then you have the bacteria infection and all that jazz. So you don't want to have to do that, man. Get a good pair of wade fishing boots, and you will set yourself up for success. You can be walking around, and you can be walking around in confidence, but of course, keep your head on a swivel. Keep looking around. If you do see a stingray, call it out. That's what I usually do in my YouTube videos, man. When I'm wade fishing, I have a group of buddies with me. I always say, "Hey guys, I saw a stingray. Hey guys, there was a good pod of stingrays. There was 3 or 4 of them, and they were working in that direction. So just be careful when you're walking. That way, my homies on my right or on my left, they know, hey, there's stingrays in the area. Let's shuffle our feet, do the stingray shuffle, as they say, or the Texas two-step is what they say as well. Shuffle your feet. You're gonna create some type of vibration in the water. You can create some type of dust cloud, and those stingrays will usually more than likely they'll run off, man, and they'll scatter off, and you won't have to worry about those bad boys. So that's the second tip, or wade fishing boots. The third one I'm gonna give you guys: make sure you go out and get yourself a good light fishing tackle combo. And I usually promote, or I usually say get the Shimano Sienna because it's only $30. If you want to upgrade a little bit, you can get the Shimano Vanford. If you want to get something right in the middle, you can get the Daiwa Fuego, or you can get this one right here, man. This is a PC Fun Carbon X 3000. I've had this one for literally 5 years. I checked online when was the last time I bought it. And what I like about it is that it's super light. Every reel that you want it to be super light because you're going to be walking a lot. You're going to be walking miles and miles and miles. So you want to have something that's comfortable in your hand. You want to have something that's not going to have a burden to your shoulders or to your arms. And I like using 2500, sometimes 2000 series reels if I'm fishing the pier. But have a good rod fishing setup, man. A 2000, 2500 reel, whatever brand you want to use, 10-pound Power Pro, so you can cast a lure out there. I love using 7-foot medium light rods. I do have a 6'6" medium light rod when I'm wade fishing, when I'm fishing the pier. That way I can try to fight those smaller trout with a smaller setup, and it's actually going to add a little bit more fun to it, man. So that's what I normally like to use. And a good light combo is what I would recommend for the third tip. If you want to go out to any tackle shop, you have Hook, Line, and Sinker in Harlingen. You have Academy. You have Walmart. You have Los Ganaleros. What's up, 5 Gil? What's up, big dog? You can go out to any tackle shop, and that's what I always recommend people to do, man, because I can give you advice. I can tell you what I like to use. Hey, man, but it all depends on what you like to do. You can go out to a tackle shop You can get with Mark, you can get with Joe, you can get with someone at Academy, someone at Walmart, someone that has that experience, and you can ask them, "Hey, man, what do you recommend?" Stoic said to use this one. Do you recommend that? And you can actually hold that rod in your hand, and you can actually mess around with it. You can actually pop, like you're pretending like you're working a lure, and you can see that, hey, man, I'm a little bit taller. Hey, I'm a little bit shorter. I need a longer rod. Hey, I need a shorter rod. Whenever you're weight fishing, remember that water is going to be around your knee deep, a little bit higher sometimes, a little bit lower. So that rod, you want to be able to have that flexibility, have that natural bend. So sometimes if you're taller, you want to get a shorter rod. Shorter, you want to get a longer rod to get that extra casting distance. But that's what I recommend, man. I don't try to push a product onto someone. I want someone to make sure that they can go out there and see what type of lure or see what type of rod and reel combo that they want before they actually buy it. Because fishing equipment costs a lot of money, man. When I started off, I was in college. When I started off, making sure this thing's focusing. When I started off, I was in college and I didn't have a lot of money, so I always went to the a pawn shop. Even I always went to a small tackle shop, and I made sure like I was gonna like that rod and reel before I spent all that money on it, man. So the next tip I'm gonna give you guys is if you're gonna be going out there, you can get a fishing net or a Boga grip. I like using a fishing net, man, and those big South Texas speckled trout. Sometimes you're wade fishing, you don't have a net, you don't have a Boga grip, and you're like, bro, what am I gonna do if I catch a big trout? That's why I use a wade fishing net because I can always stick it out there and I can always net that big trout. Remember, if you're going to be netting a big trout or even a big redfish or fish in general, man, try to use a little bit of patience and try to use a lot of just be super careful with that redfish or that trout, man. Those speckled trout are heavily pressured. Those speckled trout are super sensitive. So you want to make sure you're careful when you net them. You want to make sure you're careful when you grip them with the Boga grips. Sometimes I see people gripping them and they're just kind of flinging them around. Man, just be careful with that speckled trout as well as when you're going to release them. You don't want to push too much water into their gills. You don't want to get that gill plate wrapped around your net. So just be super careful with whatever you decide to use. I like using a fishing net. I've had zero issues on those fish that I've hooked up with because I'm able to catch them and I'm able to release them. The big trouts and the redfish that I have been keeping, they haven't had any issues swimming off if I ended up deciding to release them. So that's the fifth tip, man. I know I said I wanted to do the top 5 tips, but I'm going to give a couple extra tips for you guys. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the comment. Five Gil says, for Everlast floating nets are cheap and work great. Yes, sir. That's actually exactly the one I use. Let me just comment real quick. That way it can be saved in the chat. Yes, sir. That is the one I actually use. What type of 5 Gil, if you're still watching, bro, what type of rod and what type of reel do you use? Is it a 2000, 3000, or what is exactly the one that you like? It's cool. So if I comment on here, I can actually comment on both the Facebook and on the YouTube live. That's pretty cool. So like I said, I'll use here's another one real quick. I know I talked about the PC Fun. This is a Shimano. This one is a Sienna, but look how small this thing is, man. I actually bought this for the pier. I actually just took it off the other day and I wanted to show it to you guys. This is a 1000 series Shimano Sienna. The only issue with this one, the smaller version, the newer version, the 2024 version, is that for some live stream, I dropped it. But for some reason, that line, whenever I do cast it out there, it's causing a lot of braid knots. It's causing a lot of wind knots. I think they did something with the spool when they upgraded it. For some reason, it's causing a lot of wind knots. So if you're going to be getting the Shimano Sienna, just be careful on the 1000 series. You don't want to get anything smaller than that because it's gonna be crazy trying to catch a redfish or a trout, especially if you're inshore. Bagio says a 7-foot medium fast TFO Pro with a Fuego. That's exactly the one I said earlier, man. The Daiwa Fuego. I actually had one a couple of years ago, and I sold it to one of my buddies. He actually fell in love with one of the rod combos that I was using, and I was like, bro, don't worry about it. Give me this price, and I give him a hookup, a discount, and he ended up taking it. The Daiwa Fuego, man, super light. I think it's only like 6.8 ounces, 6.9 ounces, something super small, just like this one right here. The PC Fun Carbon X, this one's 6.6 ounces, super lightweight, just like the Daiwa, and I super versatile, and I've had zero issues with this bad boy right here, man. And that Fuego is a good one as well. Instead of going out there and spending $250 to $300 on a Shimano Vanford, you can go out and get yourself something in the $80, $90, $100 range, and you will be good to go. But like I said, man, go out to the specific tackle shop and try that Daiwa Fuego or whatever reel you want before you end up buying it, man. The ballistic. Yeah. Actually, I haven't used the ballistic before, so I can't talk on that, but yeah, the Fuego is like it's legit, man. I think it's called the Daiwa Fuego LT, I believe, and, he uses a 2500. What type of line do you like to use, man? I like using 8-pound Power Pro. I actually went wade fishing I'm sorry, pier fishing in Rio Hondo, and Mr. Martin Gomez was over on my right-hand side, and he was literally using a 2000 reel with 8-pound line, and I was like, "Bro, that's sick." Because I like using 10-pound. I always promote using a smaller diameter line so you can get that extra casting distance. I just never tried using an 8-pound because I can imagine how crazy that casting distance is. Excuse me. That casting distance is with that 8-pound. What type of stringer do you recommend? That's actually one of the next tips right here. I'll go ahead and skip right to it. But the fishing net or grip was the last one I talked about. Let me get to these a few of these real quick. I like using a 6 foot, 7 foot. I even have an 8 foot stringer, and I like using naughty stringers, man. You can get whatever stringer company you want, but I like to promote my homies that believed in me once I started off my channel, and he was one of the first that believed in the channel. And he's actually a really good dude. Me and him chop it up a lot, as the kids say. Me and him talk a lot about fishing, and it's been a while since I have talked to him, but I hope he's doing well. But yeah, I like using 6 foot, 7 foot. I have also had an 8 foot, but 6 foot's normally the one I like to use, and the Naughty Stringers is the brand that I like to use as well. But the reasoning behind the stringer, man, if you're wade fishing and you are catching fish, what do you do with the fish that you catch? Right? Do you walk all the way back to the boat? Do you give it to the captain, or what do you do? No, man, you have a stringer with you. Usually, I have it tied up like a lasso, like an actual roping rope. I used to rope back in the day, like an actual rope. String it up, put it right on your hip, and then once you do catch a fish, unstring it, and then you put it, the little hook, the spear right through the mouth. What I normally like to do with the redfish or trout that I do keep, I like to rig it with their face facing down, and I put the hook on top, both on both lips. 'Cause I've had issues before where that redfish, I pull it out and it ends up coming off. So I put it through both lips. But what I do is I leave the fish kinda like this, so it's swimming down, a natural movement for them. If you're stringing the fish and and you're putting them upside down, they're not gonna last long. The whole point of the stringer is to keep them, fresh or keep them alive a lot longer. So try to get them to swim like this, swim natural. That way they're swimming down into the ground, and then you won't have any issues with that fish. Or you can bleed out the fish, and you won't even have to worry about it. But I like doing it like that, fishing with them down, man. And I appreciate that order, by the way, South Texas Roots. Thanks, brother. I try to give you some goodies as well. 10-pound J braid. That's what 5 Gil likes to use. I like using Power Pro. J braid is good as well. It's whatever you guys like. But as you notice that he likes using a smaller diameter line, just like I do, man. Brandon says I like using a really long stringer just so my fish float behind me. So those, yeah, dude. Hey, that's a really good point, man. Shout out to Brandon for that, man. Let me put that. Oh, I can put it. Sweet. Brandon right here says something that's it's pretty smart, man, and it's a pretty good thing to push out. So I'm gonna put it right here over the screen. It's pretty cool that you can do this. But he literally said, I like using a really long stringer just so my fish float behind me so there's no risk of sharks coming near me. So whenever I was wade fishing one time, man, in the Holly Beach area, I was wade fishing by myself. I was like, I don't know, I think I was like in college, man. And I literally saw something like a fin come out, and I was like, oh no, it's a dolphin. I'm like, bro, it's a little too shallow for a dolphin. And all of a sudden, you just saw the nose come out, and dude, it was like a ugly feeling being within like 10 feet of a shark, man. I had nothing on me. All I had was my fishing rod. Luckily, I was throwing a top water, so I kind of flipped, made a noise on the water, and went "Pah," like that, and then it took off. But I just saw like the crazy ruckus, man. But imagine having a short stringer, like a 2 foot, 3 foot stringer, and then you have it right next to you, and then, bro, that shark's gonna come in looking for an easy meal, and it's gonna end up getting a piece of your leg, man. So be super, super careful. That was a good tip, brother Brandon. I appreciate that, man. Now let me see if I can get it off of here since I'm still learning. There you go. That's pretty cool that I can do this. Let's see if we can get it through the few more. Timo Brady line 15. It's been working for $8, 500 yards. That's what I'm talking about, bro. I actually wanted to do a Timu fishing challenge for saltwater, man. I think that'd be pretty cool. And that'd be a good brand to use. If you know what it's, do you know what the specific brand is, or it's just straight from Timu? 15-pound, do $8 for 500 yards. That's like super cheap. I've always liked using Power Pro. I just wanted to expand my horizon and make a YouTube video on using Timo products because you can actually get by with using something that's a little bit more affordable overseas. And but I think that'd be a pretty cool video. So let's see. All right, let's see this next comment. I've had a couple close calls dragging a stringer. I keep them long. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. Hey, it's pretty cool, man. That's a sweet profile picture, by the way. That's a cool one. Yeah, so use a longer stringer, man, and you'll be good to go. The next tip that I'm gonna give you guys, whenever I wade fish, man, whenever I'm wade fishing, I always like using a long sleeve. Because if you're wade fishing or fishing in general and you're out in the sun for years and years and years and years, what do you think is gonna happen to your skin, man? I always put sunscreen on my skin. I always put sunscreen on my neck. Like 99% of the time, I fish and I have a hoodie on and I have glasses and I have a face mask because I'm trying to always protect my sun, my skin from the sun, protect my nose, protect my ears, my neck. If you do have sunscreen, put it on your hands, man. A lot of people forget that you're gonna be standing out in the sun and your hands are gonna be exposed to those harmful rays over and over again. So you wanna be careful, man. So that's one of the extra tips for you guys. I like using a long sleeve fishing shirt. I put sunscreen all over my hands, on my neck, and on my nose, especially, man. Naughty stringers, I already talked about that. Shout out to Andrew if you're watching, bro. Shout out to you, brother. And then the next tip, man, I have like 2 more, 3 more that I'm gonna talk about. The next tip, and I recently started doing this, man. I started using a wade fishing belt that has a little tackle box that snaps on the back, and I always have extra lures with me, an extra top water, an extra swivel just in case for some reason I want to use it, extra pliers, extra lures, like I said, jig heads, but I always have it strapped to my back. And recently I started using an extra rod. I started taking an extra rod with me, and by that I mean I use a 7-foot medium light with a 1/8 ounce jig head on my person. I'm fishing with it, and then I do have a bait caster ready to go with a 1/4 ounce. Sometimes I'm wade fishing, man, and I get broken off, making sure it's focused, and I get broken off, and I always have to retie, or for some reason I get broken off. It goes into an oyster bed, or for whatever reason it comes off. I always have a rod right next to me. Also, if I'm in fish and I want to get that lure down fast, if I'm gonna be side fishing, I have a 1/4 ounce jig head on my back, and I have a different color, a different lure, a different top water, something a little bit different, man. That way I can switch within seconds, man. I literally take that rod off of my back, put this one on, and I'm ready to go. Just remember, if you're wade fishing and you have that rod on your back, be careful when you cast, man. Unfortunately, it's happened to me when I get too excited, when I'm keeping my eyes on the fish that are ahead of me or in front of me, and I end up hooking the rod that's behind me, man. So just remember, there's a rod on your back. You wanna be careful when you cast in a different direction, and, just be careful. But yeah, man, that's an extra tip for you guys. I like using an extra rod and a little tackle box on my back just in case. When I started off wade fishing, man, specifically when I started off wade fishing, I actually always just put an extra pack of lures in my pocket and an extra jig head in my pocket, and that was literally all I used to do. But now I'm actually evolving a little bit. I'm actually learning the game. I'm actually trying to better myself as an angler, so I have an extra rod on my back. Especially during tournament times, man, you wanna be able to cast that lure. You wanna get in that strike zone a little bit faster. You wanna stay in that strike zone a little bit longer, man. What is Mr. Five? What did he say right here, brother? Let's see. How are you carrying the extra rod, boy? Being experienced, but I can't find anything like. So there's a TTF. You know, it's an unfortunate, bro. But at Johnny's True Value, it's horrible what happened to it. But I've been going there for years. When I saw those pictures, when I saw that fire, I was like, bro, that's so sad. I got it's a TTF wade fishing belt. It's a blue one, and all it has is a little tackle box. It has a place for your pliers, and it has one little rod holder on your back. And remember, if you're right-handed, left-handed, you wanna put the rod on the opposite side that we don't have to worry about actually hitting the rod, man. The rod holder is too floppy. Yeah, that's why that TTF one that I use, man, it's a blue color. It doesn't have any issues. I've never had any, issues with it falling off or anything like that. What you do gotta do is you gotta make sure the belt is tight, and I kinda put it at an angle where I can actually see it just in case it does kinda move around. You can tighten it up, and I was actually thinking that's a good point, man. I was actually thinking of either tying it together to make it a little bit tighter or doing something so it doesn't fall off. But, I always have it a little bit higher, like high waders right around my belly button just so that rod doesn't fall in the water. Because sometimes it gets a little western when I'm out wade fishing, man. and you get into like water that's a little too deep, so you got to be super super careful. Yeah, bro, check it out, man. I know they you know where I actually found one the other day and actually bought it for my wife. I got it at a garage sale. It was a Forever Last, but it was a pink one, and that one is like super legit. I was actually gonna steal it from her and actually use it myself because it's actually pretty cool, but it's pink, man. I've been trying to wade more often in the bay. I found out pretty quick that I need to stay away from the muddy areas. No, for sure, man. Those muddy areas. That's a cool picture, by the way, brother. A little dove down, actually, man. Those muddy areas, man. Just remember, if you're gonna be wade fishing, you are gonna encounter stuff like that. That's why I always recommend using a good pair of wade fishing boots because whenever you're walking and you're worried about the mud, but sometimes there might be a stingray in there. There might be some like I don't know, like a broken prop or like a piece of glass. Imagine walking in there barefoot in a muddy area and you're gonna be like sluggish walking. You're not gonna be walking the way you want. So just be careful. Get a good pair of wade fishing boots. If it is muddy, be super careful. What's good is that I normally go fishing with guides. So when we do fish an area it's like that, like it's super muddy, more than likely we're gonna move or we'll kind of pivot the boat to a different area or walk a different shoreline or walk at a different angle and get away from that area, man. Dude, so I actually don't take my phone with me. I usually have my iPhone and it has it's set up to text or to call just in case there's an emergency. But I usually don't take my phone with me. Sometimes, or actually, like all the time that I fish with captains, or I fish with my homies that are captains or self-proclaimed captains, right? They go out and they have the phone on their chest with that little I think it's that waterproof case or that waterproof container. I normally leave my boat on the land and a lot of that's because I wanna just, leave my phone there, leave all the distractions, and go out and just have a good time and enjoy walking in the water, man. There's something about walking on water or walking in water or fishing that really calms me down, and I'm sure it calms you guys down as well, so I can imagine having a phone with you, having that text go off, or just having stuff go off where you're like, "Bro, I just wanna, like, chill, man." Next time, I'll give you the name of the line from Tumi. I appreciate it, brother. He was actually saying I think it's a little bit earlier right here. For those that just joined right now, we have 13 people on. He actually used his Timu braided line that's 15-pound, $8 for 500 yards, man. That's crazy. And that's actually what I wanted to do, man. Like I said earlier, I want to do a wade fishing challenge with Timu, man. That'd be pretty cool. Timu products. Have you gone to wade fish at the causeway? I have. It's been years, man. I actually took a kayak out there, and I took the kayak all the way to the station, the Coast Guard station, and I was able to kayak all the way back. But when I was kayaking, I got off once or twice, and I was fishing those little mango area, and I actually caught a bunch of trout, and that there was like a little pocket right there, just north of the Coast Guard area, and that's where I actually caught a majority of my trout. I'm actually curious of what exactly is gonna happen with that causeway, the new causeway that they're gonna be building here. I think it's gonna start production like 2027, 2028, more or less, but it's supposed to take you to the island, and it's supposed to cut through the Rio Hondo area, supposedly with a 508 area. I'm not exactly sure where it's gonna come across, but it's supposed to connect 281 all the way down to 77, all the way down to South Padre Island. So let's get back into the tips real quick. Just because I wanted to help people out if they're gonna be starting off. I always recommend, man, using a good pair of polarized sunglasses. I am sponsored by Waterland Co. You can use coupon code STOIC, that is STOIC, to save some money. Waterlandco.com, or you can get whatever pair of polarized sunglasses you like, man. I'm not here to push a product down someone's face. So if you want to go to Amazon or you want to go to Walmart, whatever you want to use, man, polarized sunglasses really helps me out whenever I'm wade fishing because I can see that redfish, I can see that silhouette, I can see that darkness, and 99.9% of the time I cast and I end up hooking up just because I can see that fish. Those polarized sunglasses, they also help with those nasty stingrays that are in the area, man. If you're walking and you see a stingray, like I said earlier, make sure you tell your homies. But those polarized sunglasses really help you out. They really set you up for success. You're not going out there just walking around lollygagging, like my coach used to say. You have polarized sunglasses, and you can see if there's a stingray, shark, hopefully not, alligator, something in the water. Those polarized sunglasses are gonna help you out, especially during tournament times, man. You're spending all that time and energy going out there. You're spending all that money. You're getting a lot of you know slack from being away from home, so you want to go out there and you want to set yourself up for the right thing and get a good pair of sunglasses, man. Naughty stringers, like I said, shout out to Andrew. And the last tip I'm gonna give you guys is always, always, always have a stoic mindset. What do I mean by that, man? If you're gonna be wade fishing in general, if you're gonna be hunting, anything in life, man, you gotta always, always have a resilient mindset. You gotta always keep on keeping on, like Mr. Joe Dirt used to say in that movie. You gotta keep yourself going. You got to keep stepping forward. You got to keep walking because sometimes you're wade fishing, you're fishing with your homies, and you're not catching anything, man. And sometimes I've seen people give up and then go back to the boat, and I keep fishing and I end up catching a fish, or I catch a big trout, or I catch something that just makes the whole trip worthwhile, man. Dude, I had an ascend. I had an ascend 12 foot that I bought on Facebook marketplace, and I'm actually thinking about getting into one and getting into a new one because I know Steve over in Brownsville, SWP. He actually just got kayaks into his shop, and I always like supporting people. And I've actually been wanting to get one. I just can't decide either if I get an Old Town 120 or get that new. I think it's the HTR. It's like a mini boat, man, but it's like 3 grand, $3,500. But I think it would produce some really, really sick content, man. I'm trying to go live at least once for sure a week, maybe twice a week, and then the other time I'm gonna be posting a fishing video. Trying to post a little bit more often. I'm trying to get some more fishing trips under my belt, man, because I really, really enjoy fishing, and I'm trying to broaden my horizon, trying to expand this YouTube channel, Facebook channel as well. That way people can come over here and they can make this a learning environment, and they can try to learn from other people as well, man. Because look at all these people here in the comment section. They give all these crazy, crazy tips, man. So if you guys have any wade fishing tips that you guys want to share with us, drop them down below. I don't want to comment on here because it's gonna flood the comment section. But if you have any tips and tricks, man, you want to go ahead and give them for us. Quick recap. I know the channel was, or the title was top wade fishing tools you must have, 5 of them for 2025. But I gave at least 10 of them, man. An extra tip for you guys, man. Whenever you are wade fishing and whenever you're getting on and off the boat, be careful, man, because I've seen people. I'll get to that comment right now. I've seen people when they're sliding off the boat or getting off the boat and they end up getting hurt, man. They end up breaking a leg. I saw one of my buddies, he posted on Facebook where he broke his ankle because he got off and he slipped. And when you're getting off of the boat at the boat ramp as well, man, be super, super careful. Those wade fishing boots are legit whenever you're walking on in the water, but sometimes you've been using them for years and years and years, so that bottom part gets slick, and then you end up hurting yourself, man, when you're getting off. So be super, super careful when you're getting on and off the boat. That was actually the last tip right there, number 11. Be super careful when you're getting on and off the boat whenever you're wade fishing and when you get to the pier, man. San Martin is good for fishing for snook. I have not, bro. I have not been to San Martin Lake. I know Louis Louis Fishing over in Brownsville. He supports the channel. He has a nice kayak, and he's actually been out there a few times where he's caught a big snook on the Bay Villain, man. This bad boy right here, he actually caught it on the Red Dragon, which it's up there, but he got lucky, and he got a big, 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 big speck snook, man, on this bad boy. Or he didn't get lucky, man. That man's good. He ended up catching a big snook, man. Shout out to Louis, bro. Appreciate you always supporting the channel, man. Have you ever been pirate sand fishing? I have, dude. I actually have 3 videos on my YouTube channel. If you type in Pirates Land Fishing in Port Isabel, my videos will come up. And I was actually thinking of making another trip because those videos actually did pretty good. But remember, if you're fishing on a Pirates Landing and Port Isabel, they charge per rod. I didn't know this when I first went in there, but if you take 2 or 3 rods, they're gonna charge you for 3 rods for 3 people. So if you go out there, just take 1 rod, a good universal rod that you have faith in, that you've used for years and years and years, and you only had to pay for 1 rod if you're going out there to Pirates Landing, man. So FYI, man, a little extra tip. I do have those videos on my YouTube channel. If you're interested, you can go over there as well, man. So we're gonna go ahead and give away a free pack of lures because we are right at 34 minutes, man. All you have to do is like this video, share it on your Facebook, share it on YouTube with a homie, I can actually see like how many times it's been shared. So I want to make sure we share this video, and I'll give it away here in exactly 2 minutes or so. I'm just gonna go through the comments, make sure I got everyone here. Pirates Landing, yeah, man. They charge per rod. Be careful. $10. Exactly, bro. Have you been out there recently, or when's the next time you're going out there? I'm actually looking to do a little meetup, man, for the YouTube fam, because I think we're growing, and it'd be pretty cool to do it. Whenever you run in, if you do end up running into me, man, don't be afraid to say hi. We'll say a picture. We'll take a picture, and I'll do my little AI edit, man. I actually really like doing these AI pictures. It's pretty cool, man. This is me and my wife and my daughter right here. It's pretty cool how they do it. Me and some of the homies we met when we were wade fishing or fishing in the Rio Hondo Pier area. What have you been catching those trout on, bro? I'm just curious. Live shrimp or on lures? I know I like using lures. Here's another one of those little pictures. Where are you from, bro? Five Gil. That's a sick picture, bro. That's pretty cool. Where'd you guys meet? Where'd you meet that guy at? Okay, so we're gonna give away the free pack of lures. We have 15 people on. No dislikes. That's what I'm talking about, man. I appreciate you guys sharing. Kingsville. Bro, I actually fished that park there, man. It's been a while since I've been there, but I fished it like 3 or 4 times, and I've caught some nice speckled trout at that park there in Kingsville. So I'm gonna give away this free pack of lures, man. All you have to do, the first person here that comments the area code that you are from, area code, super simple. Whatever your area code is, comment. Let's wait for the winner. Make sure someone wins. DOA shrimp. That's what Brandon's been catching them on. That's what I'm talking about, bro. DOA shrimp, nice and slow under the lights. Throw it into the darkness and bring it into the light. That's what I'm talking about. 78586. All right, bro. The dog, Budo 956. Juan, man. Congratulations, brother. Shoot me an email at stoicoutdoors@gmail.com, and I will get with you, and I'll give you a free pack of lures. You can pick from anyone on my website. Just hit me up. Let me know what pack you want, and I will ship it to you as well. I trained him in Hawaii, bro. That's what I'm talking. You're a Coast Guard, I'm guessing, in the Hawaii area. Appreciate it, man. Thank you for your service. That's pretty crazy, bro. That's a cool backstory. 7858281. Yeah, there's a lot of people that commented a little bit late. Hey, man, so all you have to do is use coupon code Stoic Live. I'll make sure it's use coupon code, and then you can save 50% off to save 50% off of my website, man. So you can literally get any pack of lures, any cap, anything you guys want. You're gonna get it half off, man. I'm gonna go online, so give it like 5 minutes after this live stream ends, and I will make sure that Stoic Live will be good to go. That we guys can save 15%. I'm sorry, 50% off, man. 50% off. Navy, nice, man. I appreciate your service, big dog. That's what I'm talking about, man. Thanks for stopping by the live stream and commenting with us. Hopefully next time you can win a giveaway. I'm trying to give away at least a pack of lures or a free cap in every giveaway. But more than likely, you can always just go to my website, Stoic Outdoors at stoicoutdoors.com, and you can use that coupon code Stoic Live all together, and you'll save 50% off, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, brother. Let me make sure this thing's still connected real quick, man. But that was a pretty cool live stream, man. We had like 15 people on, and I was able to give a bunch of tips and tricks to those that were just starting off, man. Let's see if it's still connected. Yeah, guys, have a good evening, man. Thank you guys for everything. Thank you guys for stopping by. GPI a la pesca, a shout out for sure, bro, Mr. Carlos. He's gonna be giving a giveaway soon, man. So if you guys want to go over to his channel or his page, a la pesca GPI, he's gonna be giving away something, man. Let me put him on the main screen here. There you go, Mr. Carlos. Appreciate it, brother. H-Town in the house. Dude, I actually want to go to a Houston game here, man. Astro versus the Ranger game in H-Town. That'd be pretty cool. Pirate Sounding, good luck, bro. Let me know how it goes. I have a Facebook page, bro, or a YouTube, email, whatever you want to do. Hit me up on Facebook. Let me know how you did. Send me a picture, and I'll share it for sure, bro. If you have a little YouTube channel, if you have a Facebook page, I'll definitely shout it out, man. Thank you guys for watching, brother. I appreciate it, guys. Let me pick up the volume here, and then I'll be I'll be ending it here shortly. Thank you.